Hello there, welcome to another episode of the Allotment Dram. This is a series of short videos where we sit and talk about different whiskies in the surroundings of our North London allotment. You join me here today on another warm mid-July afternoon, but as you can see it's a bit cloudy, it's a bit breezy, so that's helped to take the edge off the quite high temperatures that we've been having the last week or so here in the UK. So meant that it's been a lovely afternoon actually to get on with a few jobs, mostly watering and weeding. They're the two main things at the moment. But of course I am here to talk about whiskey and what is the Allotment Dram today, here you ask. Well, that's a very good question, and we're going Irish today with the Jameson Crested. So this is from the core range of Jameson. Obviously Jameson's very famous and the best selling Irish whiskey brand of any of them. And this is quite an old expression actually. I mean, it first appeared in 1963 and it was put out to celebrate the fact that Jameson actually started bottling their own whiskey in 1963, and up until that point, you know, right from the 1780s when the brand was founded by John Jameson, all their whiskey had been bottled by bonders. So this was the first time they actually bottled their own whiskey. So they put together this special blend to celebrate that. I mean, why it's called Crested, I'm not really sure. I can't really find any reason for that. So if anyone does know, then please pop something in the comments. I'd be fascinated to know why it's called that. It was previously called Crested 10 when I first came across it maybe 10 years ago, but that was even more confusing because obviously you've got Crested, which don't know why it's called that, but also it wasn't 10 years old either. So again, if anyone can tell me, then just pop something in the comments. But what's the difference between this and the main Jameson, I hear you ask? Well, what you've got here is still the blend of single pot still, single grain, and then single malt whiskies as you get with the regular Jameson. But what they've done here is they've actually upped the percentage of the pot still whiskey. So there's a much higher percentage of that in this blend. Still with some single malt and still with some single grain, of course, but also what's different with this is that it also has a higher percentage of sherry cask. Now the regular Jameson that you see everywhere is predominantly bourbon cask with a tiny bit of sherry cask whiskey in there as well. But here it's got bourbon cask but a much higher percentage of sherry cask. So they're the main difference, and also the price is a bit different. It's a bit more expensive than the regular Jameson, but still should find it around the £30 mark or just a little bit under. So, you know, not too naughty at all actually. But I think without further ado we should have a smell and a taste. So I've poured one out already. You know, quite a warm afternoon, so might have had a little sip to quench the thirst earlier, but here it is. You see, look, this lovely vibrant golden yellow colour there, and let's have a smell. Yes, lovely. So much going on there. There's got these light delicate aromas. There's honey, vanilla, there's a lot of coconut in there. A touch of dried fruit, you know, something like a sultana and candied orange peel. Slight nuttiness as well, maybe like toasted almond, sort of combining with vanilla, sort of tending towards maybe a hint of marzipan. Yeah, very fragrant. Smells very enticing. Let's have a taste. It's bottled at 40%, so it's quite soft, gentle, really creamy. It's got this creamy vanilla, creamed coconut. There's a hint of like sort of gingery, cinnamon-like spice in there. Yeah, some honey, butterscotch. now coming through, you've got those sort of juicy sultanas, hint of like orange oil or maybe candied orange peel as well. And then just now it's getting a touch dry, actually, a little touch on the drying side. Those sort of woody baking spices coming through in particular. Touch of like freshly shaved oak as well in there. But I think just to confirm, we need to have another taste, so let's do that. It makes you smile because it's just so delicious. It's a bit of a gem, I think. You know, again, this sort of honey, vanilla, coconut, touch of dried fruits. This touch, there's a bit of nuttiness in there as well, actually. That sort of toasted almond that I was talking about before. But yeah, a bit of a cracker, I think. A bit of an unknown gem. I mean, obviously everyone knows the regular Jameson, but you know, there are a number of other, you know, fine whiskies within the core range, of which this is one. You know, so I think for £30 a bottle, it's worth searching out, and you know, yeah, really, really nice. I mean, so fragrant and aromatic, and then this lovely, creamy yet complex sort of nature on the palate. Yeah, very, very nice. I mean, lovely drinking like this, but of course you could mix that with something as well. You know, maybe even just like a highball, you know, on a hot day, just with some soda water and a ton of ice, sort of in a tall glass. That would be delicious. I might try that when I get home, actually. Maybe just with a bit of lemon or orange peel, just to accentuate that slightly citrusy note. Yeah, that would be delicious. But yeah, what a cracker. You know, lovely. And yeah, I think that's probably about it. We'll maybe get on with a couple more jobs and things before we leave. But from myself and the Jameson Crested, we will bid you farewell. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again very soon. Cheers.